Hi, this is Sam Ritchie. I'm back out into our original gifting area in the woods. Originally I tried to leave gifts over behind my cabin, and there was not too much success. They haven't been around. Well, they may have been around, but nothing was taken. I'm going to probably show you some wood glyphs I'm finding right behind the cabin too, which are extremely interesting. But for now, what we're doing is we're putting our peanut butter jar in hot links out here this evening. It's approximately a little bit after 6 o'clock. I would be coming back out here in the morning to check on it, just to make sure if there was any activity. Usually something left here is usually gone by the morning, and it's just a matter of finding out where the jar is, and you know, the evidence has come from that. So I don't like to leave stuff out here, especially food, for any length of time. Anyway, everything's sealed up in the jar. The hot links, of course, is sealed up too, so there's no odor coming from that. And the thing you see over here is a wood glyph that I created. We're actually, me and a few other researchers are doing a glyph communication project. So each of the members are picking a glyph that identifies them in the group, and then we're going to use this as a form of communication, so that they associate with the person. Now, of course, on my peanut butter jar, I've done this a number of times, we're actually putting my face in for recognition purposes, and now there's a glyph associated with me as well. And in my backyard, I'm going to put the same glyph out there too, so that way I can start to establish some method of communication and understanding what the glyphs that they leave, which are extremely numerous, especially out in the wooded area right here. It's just unbelievable. This is the most wood stick structure place in the entire forest up in this part. And I've been up here before, and I've showed some of the structures. Matter of fact, right below here is where I caught the picture of the Squatch relaxing behind, you know, next to the creek. Relaxed Squatch watching me episode or video. So it's kind of interesting to kind of approach this from an angle of consistency. And one of the things that have been helpful after I get done with this, I'm going to start playing the flute. And yes, I will play the flute on the video at some point. And, you know, to give an idea, I've also picked up a drum, an Indian drum, well, that's made of round wood, and it has a deer skin. So I'm going to probably be using that here. It does attract them. It does. The music does help. So, and because they really need no intention, I'm pretty sure that they've gotten used to us, and I know for a fact because there's so much evidence of them being around every time we're out here. Me and Barb and Gabby and a few of the others that come in here so frequently. So this is all part of the habituation method, and it does yield the kind of results you want as far as contact, and that's the whole point, is develop a relationship even though it's afar. Communicating back and forth, even if it's indirectly by wood stick structures, is definitely a big start. So and they have been coming around by my cabin as well a number of times and left me some gifts that I covered before in my videos, and I want to keep the rapport going. So a good start is to bring, I haven't brought a gift out here for a long time, and now's the time to do that. I'm kind of documenting that right now, and especially with the glyph is, so we're going to kind of keep track of this very carefully. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and play some music here and then move on to the next thing. Okay, I'm over in a separate area from the gifting area right now, and this is a spot that's actually in the valley, and there's the ridge where usually the Sasquatches usually hang out at, and I just spend time just playing the flute a little bit. And if I can get the recording on, I just finished playing. However, at the spot that I played him, I left an additional glyph representing who I am, and of course, as I mentioned, the same glyph will be set up at the house in the yard, and I'll keep it as such. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens over the course of days. I don't expect immediate results, but this is certainly an interesting way of going about with the communications. Anyway, Well, it's the next morning. It's about 10:30, going on 11, and checking in the gifts I left last night, the peanut butter and the hot link sausage, and here we are. The Glyph is still there, but guess what's missing? The peanut butter jar and the hot link sausage is gone, but the Glyph wasn't disturbed, so it was left there. I also checked down at the bottom of the hill where I was playing the flute and left the Glyph there. It also hadn't been disturbed either. So we're going to go ahead and look around the area here, see if we can find any evidence of the jar or the package the sausage was in. So let me check out. Okay, let me check that out. Okay, I'm down by the creek here. This is usually where the gifting area is dry up above there. Usually when things are left there was over history, over the course of time, things were brought down in this area here. So we found a number of jars and things left. We actually came up through here and cleaned all this up because we don't want to have a situation where we're polluting the forest. So if at all possible, we always take back anything we find. But I'm looking around, of course, for the peanut butter jar that's personalized with my picture. And it's nowhere to be found yet. And you know, this is like the 5th one I've done. I haven't found any of those jars. And nobody has reported seeing those jars either, because everybody knows who I am up here. So, one thing I thought I'd look, I'm going to kind of focus on some of the structures here while I'm down here. Look down here. Here is a nice example of something where it's crisscrossed. You see the perfect geometric pattern that was formed like that. So that, and of course I covered some of these other ones before too. This is the pyramid, not the pyramid, but the teepee type structure that's been pulled up, if you notice it on the other side. And of course this section here, let me step back a little bit. I actually covered this right here, this structure right here, as the jungle gym, and this was in the Relaxed Squatch watching me video I did about a month ago, where center of the picture, just on the other side of the creek, he was actually sitting there relaxed with his arm behind his head and holding a jar with a white lid. Of course, I'm looking specifically at that same spot, and he's not sitting there for obvious reasons, because I'm aware of the fact that they sit over there. So it's going to be a very tough road to ever get to a point where they're just going to simply sit there if you know you're aware that they're sitting there. There's a lot of trust issues that go on between humans and Sasquatches. It's just something that's over time, especially with the young ones out here that are getting familiar with us, me and Barb and Sandy, that hopefully as they grow up, they'll gain more trust as each generation passes. So this is the right path that we need to be on. So anyway, I'm going to stop this and go looking around a little bit more. If I happen to find something, I'll report on that. Well, I looked around the rest of the area. I wasn't going to spend a whole lot of time up near the gifting area to looking for the package, hot links package, and the peanut butter jar, but I came back down to the trail. Barb and Gabby were over here a few minutes ago, but I guess they just came up. She just had a cup of coffee and just head back down. I'll probably stop by her cabin and talk to her. But it's a beautiful day today, actually. It's been a rare occurrence to have days like this without rain coming right afterwards. So we're going to actually come back out here in this later on today. And I picked up a nice Indian drum down at the habituation conference I went to in Bremerton this past weekend. And so the whole idea is, between communication and the glyphs that we're setting up and the flute I've been playing out here, is to encourage activity, curiosity, and perhaps a desire for them to, at least in some indirect way, continue the communication with us and to develop that trust and response back and forth to each other. So anyway, I'm going to set this down here in a second and go ahead and play the flute while I'm actually focused on the woods. Perhaps some of you, my subscribers out there and others, can spot something while I'm playing it. So we'll go ahead and set this up.